because of her grief to the point that she is grieving because of her children are all ruled out from the kingdom of heaven, and the Asuras has taken position. So then it's suggested, Kashyapa suggested that you do Payabrata, Sambrata, and fasting and all these rituals and pray to Lord Narayana. And then it happened, Narayana appeared and listened to her prayers and blessed her, and saying that I shall be born as a son, your son. And then last time we read that then, then God Vamana will be appearing in the form of Bali, and then he was born in the form of a Vamana, and then Bali, and then ultimately came, and that by that time, Mahabali, he was performing a great sacrificial fire, and there at the end of the fire, there is a custom that one should give some gift to anyone, whatever he wants. So Vamana, Lord Narayana, born in the form of Vamana, entered into the sacrificial hall, and Bali received Vamana with great respect. And then Vamana he asked Vamana that you should ask something from me. And so Vamana's Mahabali, at the reception of Vamana, Mahabali, Vamana eulogized Mahabali, saying that you are the hearing the cordial, righteous speech of Mahabali, son of Virochana. Lord was very much pleased and replied that those cordial, righteous words are very befitting for you, who's in the lineage of Prahlada's lineage. It's much befitting. You are great, etc. So then you ask me for anything you like. You have requested me. So the 3 feet apart. Therefore, O King of Asura, from you, the most noted among generous persons, I seek a small strip of land, just what is measured by 3 paces of mine. O King, I do not seek anything more than this from you. So I only want 3 steps of land, the stripes of land, 3 feet. For one should reserve as gift only what is absolutely necessary. So I don't need more than 3 steps of ground. While Mahabali could not understand, so said, "Oh, you stripling of a Brahmana boy, your words are not no doubt noble, but you should ask some meaningful thing. You are asking only 3 stripes of land. What is this? You ask whatever you like. It is my principle that one who comes to me for a favor should have no occasion to depend upon another one. So I can satisfy your whatever need. Oh boy, ask me a land sufficient to maintain your whole life." Then the worshipful Lord said, "No, no, I don't want anything. A person who is not satisfied with the 3 feet apart will not be satisfied by getting the whole Jambu with its 9 regions. So he will afterwards aspire to get all the 7 deepas, continents." So he said that a man who is satisfied with this chance gives his life happily, lives happily, but a man who has no mastery of his mind, dissatisfied. So the main cause of man's entanglement of samsara is insatiable longing for wealth and pleasure. So the spiritual aura of a holy man is enhanced in its radiance if he lives satisfied with what chance brings. So these are the philosophy Vamana told to Bali. And Boli was saying that on this contrary, dissatisfaction of the position of enjoyment stifles its water, damps the fire. Therefore, I shall take only 3 feet of earth from you, who are the most noted of generous men. So I don't want anything because I know wealth does not give someone joy, and spiritual aura of a holy man is enhanced more when he is satisfied with a little something and not needed more than what he needs. Therefore, I shall take only the 3 feet of earth from you, who are the most noted of generous men and capable of granting all the desires of your suppliants. With this 3 feet of earth, I shall feel fully satisfied. Wealth is a cause of happiness when it is just enough to meet one's bare needs, neither less nor more. So Vamana, did not agree to take anything more than 3 steps. Giving so many arguments. Now, the Sukha said, hearing this, Mahabali laughed. And Mahabali said, and deciding to give what Vamana wanted, he took his water vessel and said, you may take what you have asked for. But now, so Mahabali smiled and almost decided to give what Bhavana wanted. He took his water vessel and said, you may take what you have asked for, he said. And at that time, the Sukra, but now this says Sukra, most learned among men, coming into disguise, the plane of Vishnu, said as follows to his disciple Mahabali, Hare Mahabali, you make a mistake. You do not know what you have given. Like that. He said, Shukra said, he is happy man in this world and the next who allots his wealth for the following 5 purposes, namely for the discharge of one's religious altruism duties, for spreading one's name and fame, for augmenting one's income or pleasure, and for helping one's friends and relatives. So, falsehood in worldly life. Then, O king of Asuras, Virochana is telling me what many Vedic passages have to say on this question of truth and untruth. So, you have given the word that I shall give you 3 steps, but understand what is called truth, what is untruth. Guru in disguise trying to save up Shukra. And Shukra is trying to build Virochana. Son, Boli Mahabali. Mahabali. What one accepts solemnly saying yes is called truth. What is rejected, say no, is untruth. This very good discussion about the what is truth and untruth and all this wrongly directing in the wrong path. It says Shukra entered as a guru of Mahabali and is saying that, do you know, you have made a mistake probably. You should not agree. Yes, one accepts solemnly saying yes is truth. And what is rejected, say no, is untruth. Truth is the flower and fruit of the plant of embedded being. So stick to untruth. That is to refuse to give away everything. Is the way to perceive one's existing wealth and to draw that of others to oneself. So he's suggesting that don't give away, stick to untruth. So to stick to untruth, that is to refuse to give away everything, is the way to preserve one's existing wealth and to draw that of others' wealth. What he's saying that you learn to stick on to untruth now. Guru is teaching the disciple, stick to untruth. Why? If you say yes, you have said, then you are going to lose everything of yours. Therefore, stick to untruth That means, what does it mean? 42 verses. To refuse to give away everything is the way. If you say no, then it is the way to preserve your existing wealth and to draw more that others have to yourself. But one should not stick to this way always. That is the because it will bring the disrepute of being a miser or a greedy man, and a man who is subject to ill fame is as good as dead, even if the breathing, even if he is breathing. So, but normally people should not stick to this untruth because it will bring ill fame, a bad name, and bad reputation for a person of reputation. Gift have therefore to be given, but very discriminatingly. So you are giving gift, but you should consider what is to be given, how much you can give, how much you can preserve. So you should discriminate that. Besides, it is said that to tell an untruth under the following conditions are not sinful. That means you have said, yes, I shall give 3 steps of land. You did a blunder. So you should say no to this now. Then it will be considered that you are lying, but you are not lying. Lying is good in these following cases. Though it is sinful, it is not sinful, though you lie. What is that? These conditions are: one, to please and attract a woman. So you can tell lie. What is the advice of a guru? To be asura. These formulas are very good. But to be spiritual, it will be just opposite. So you lie to please and attract a woman, 1 point. Second point, for the purpose of finalizing a marriage, you can tell a lie. For, for preserving one's livelihood. For preserving one's livelihood, one to survive, you may lie. That is not lie, then it does not occur sin. To save oneself from death, to protect yourself from death, you may lie. To save a holy man or a helpless creature, and to save another from death or greater danger, then you can tell a lie. So those lies are not lie, it will not incur sin. So you now have made a mistake. You say no to that. Sukra, the Sukra advised this way, no? To Mahabali, that you have made a mistake, so you should now change your view. You should say no to that, what you have said. Now we start the chapter. Here ends the chapter, 19th chapter, the concluding part. Now, 19th chapter over, now 20th chapter, the revelation of Vamana. Now, he has given 3 steps. Mahabali has said, I have offered 3 steps, okay? I grant unto you with the water, sprinkling of water. He agreed. But his guru, to save his disciple, appeared there in a disguise and gave this advice to Mahabali. But he didn't listen to that. So now what happens? Let us see. Revelation of Vamana, this is chapter 20 starts. Volume 8, chapter 20, Revelation of Vamana. The Vamana avatar now showing his real form. See verse number 1. See, Shuka said, O king, hearing the speech of Rishi Shukra, who is the family teacher, Mahabali, the master of sacrifice, sat quiet for a moment and then said with determination. So he gave a little thought. Mahabali, the master of in the sacrifice, sat quiet for a moment and then said, what he said? He said, Mahabali said, what you, O worshipful sir, that means he's talking, oh, that his actions should not adversely affect his worldly interests. happiness, name, and livelihood is no doubt right. But how can I, being grandson of Prahlada, behave like a cheat and refuse to give this holy brahmachari what I have promised? You said that yes, I can sin this way, do work that way, but I, how being with the lineage of Prahlada, the Bhakta Srestha, and the great devotee of God, behave like a cheat. I just said I will give, and now I say, no, 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 I don't mean that, and refuse to give these 3 steps of land to the holy brahmacharin. I cannot. The earth deity has declared, Mother Earth has said, a liar, save a liar. I can put up with anyone else. Save a liar, accepting a liar, I can put up with everyone. Mother Earth says, declared. So according to this earth deity, there is no adharma greater than lying. So Vamana wanted 3 steps of land, and that land is the earth, belongs to the earth, and the earth deity, the Mother Earth, said, Mother Earth can tolerate everything, but not lie, and that is adharma. Disappointing a holy man, neither poverty, nor loss of position, nor power, nor death, nor even hell. So Mahabali says that I am not frightened for anything else or by disappointed by anything else. Yeah, that a holy man, neither poverty is disappointing a holy man. I have given him a word and I shall disappoint him. It is very frightening to me, so I cannot do that. I even I don't care for my poverty. I don't care for my loss of position, power, death, not even hell. In this world, wealth and such other earthly acquisition are lost one to one at death. Whatever we possess in life, we lose at the point of death. So then, what harm is there in giving them up for a good cause even when one is alive? Of what use, too, is a partial gift if it is not going to satisfy a holy man? So if I say, no, no, I will not give you 3 steps, I will give 1 step, it is a partial gift. But what use is there to is a partial gift if it is not going to satisfy a holy man? For the benefit of the world at large, great person like Dodichi, CB, Dodichi Muni, we have heard that he has given his Dodichi bones to prepare a weapon to kill the demons. No, CB, they have given their life to because of their gift, they became the great personages. Give up their very lives even for righteousness or charity. Then why should one feel any hesitation to give up such a small thing like the earth and other possessions? This Brahmana is asking for little land, and it is so little, why shall I not give it? So, O Guru, O learned one, time might consume this earth, the position that the Asuras have been enjoying by virtue of their valor, which has made them strangers to anything like retreat in battle. But time shall not so consume the reputation. So it is question of the reputation in which they are held everywhere. So Holy says, Shukra, there are quite many in this world who give up their bodies in the field of battle without retreating. But those who are ready to give their wealth to worthy persons or causes with genuine faith and unselfish dedication, are few and far between this in this world. So in this world is very few people only who are ready to give up their wealth to the worthy person, to a genuine person who needs it, and a holy person like that unselfishly can dedicate. There are only few people can do that. For an enlightened man with a kind heart, the suffering involved in satisfying the needs of even an ordinary suppliant is an embellishment. That being so, how much more glorious it is to satisfy illumined personage like you by providing for your wants. So I shall give this brahmacharin what he has asked for. So he talked to his guru, and with argument he says, name is more, honesty is more important, and he's asking Mother Earth, and Mother Earth does not like that anyone will be lying. And I have given a word, and I cannot take back my word. So I should follow my words, and I shall give the brahmacharin what he has asked for under all this argument. O sage means O Guru Shukra, in ages and in ages, in jug and jagnas, you who are expert in these rites, make sacrificial offering to Mahavishnu, reverence and devotion. That being so, if as you say, this brahmacharin is that Vishnu, irrespective of whether he has come as a benefactor to give us boon or as an enemy to destroy us, I shall certainly give him whether he whatever he has asked for, not barring the whole earth even. So he said that, sir, I understand you are the expert in the jaga jagna, and all jagnas are done to sacrificial fire offering is to please the Mahavishnu. Saying that Mahavishnu has come, that being so, if as you say, this brahmacharin is Vishnu itself, and irrespective of whether he has come as a benefactor, he came and appeared as benefactor to give us boon, or as an enemy to destroy us, I shall certainly, I shall certainly give whatever he has asked for. These are all arguments of Mahabali with his guru. Even if by adopting some improper and unrighteous means he were to tie me up, suppose Vishnu has appeared in this form to destroy me, or tie me up in with to the means of some unrighteousness or improper means to tie me up, who am absolutely innocent, I am very honestly giving this gift, even then I shall not injure him, as he has come assuming a garb of holiness out of fear. So he has come in the form of a brahmachari dress of a pure person, holy person, and though he may be come to destroy me in the garb of holiness, but out of fear, but I shall give him what I have promised. If he is really Mahavishnu, the one of extensive fame for holiness, he wants to add to that fame by conquering me, then he will kill me in the battle and take over the earth. So if he wants to conquer me, then he is really Mahavishnu. Then with one extensive fame of holiness, Mahavishnu has such, and you have to add to that fame more by conquering me, then I will kill and let him kill me in the battlefield and take over the whole earth. If on the contrary, he be an impostor, he will be killed by me in the battlefield. So if he's God Vishnu appeared, then let me have a battle with him and I'll defeat him. And if he's an impostor, then I'll kill him. So said, after these arguments being given by Mahabali to his guru Shukra, That means supporting his views that I am for innocent mind, simple mind, some brahmachari dress, someone came, if he's making a trick to me, but still he's wearing a Brahmin dress. I believed him and I have given him the word, I will give it. And if it is Lord Vishnu, so let him fight with me. Let me see how strong is he. I will defeat him, etc. All these arguments are given. Now, the Sukadev said to Maharaj Parikshit, because here the Parikshit is listening to these stories to the mouth of Sukadev. Sukadev said, thereupon, by the prompting of the Lord within, Rishi Shukra, the teacher of the Asuras, cursed his truthful and courageous disciple Bali, who rejected his advice without attaching much seriousness to it. So, Sukadev said that the inspired by the Lord Vishnu himself, as it were, Rishi Shukra, who is the teacher of the Asuras, teacher of Mahabali also, Rishi Shukra cursed Mahabali, cursed his truthful, Bali is truthful, Bali is courageous disciple, but he cursed him because he rejected his advice without attaching much seriousness. He did not pay much attention, and so he cursed Mahabali. But he said the curse ran thus. What is the curse? Verse number 15 talks about the curse. You who consider yourself very learned, but are really ignorant and arrogant, and have disobeyed my order, shall soon be deprived of all your wealth and glory. My God. Cursing his own disciple with advice, and you think you have you have great knowledge and you are a learned man, no? And you disobeyed my order. So you shall soon be deprived of all your wealth and glory. You have so much glory, so much wealth, you will soon be deprived. How he cursed, he said that by the inspired by, in the mind of Shukra, the Lord inspired him to say like that. That is the idea. The high-souled Bali, however, did not swerve from truth, even under the threat of his teacher's curse. So, though the teacher cursed him, but Mahabali's high soul, Mahabali, the great character. You see, we say Asuras are bad, but they have so much power. He did not swerve from even truth, holding on to truth. Truth and untruth is the question. He worshipped Bhamana according to the rites and offered him the earth with libation of water, sprinkling water. They say, okay, 1 feet, 2 feet, like that. Bali's wife, now Mahabali's wife, Bindhavali, her name is Bindhavali, be bedecked with the necklace of pearls, now came forward and placed there a golden jar full of consecrated water for the rites connected with the gift. So when you are to give, probably there is a way the wife should also come forward with a jar to first consecrate the water for the rites. It's consecrate for the consecration. Mahabali, who is the master of sacrifice, took the water vessel, washed the feet of Bhamana in great joy, and sprinkled on his own head that water, sanctified water, with which the Lord's feet had been washed. What a tradition! See, this is called the great spirituality. Asuras are asuras, but there's so much, when they do something, they do it so much sincerity. So he is offering it to that dwarf Brahmana, Brahmin Brahmana. So his wife came, Bindhavali, and with a jar full of water, And Mahabali consecrated with that consecrated water, eh, took the water vessel, then washed the feet of the guest. Bhava. Our scripture says, Upanishad says, Shraddhaya deyam, Ashraddhaya adeyam, with Shraddha, with love, with devotion. Whatever giving, when you give it love, devotion. Hmm? And if you have no Shraddha, love, devotion, and respect, don't give. So Vamana feet was worshipped by Mahabali, and then he sprinkled on his head the washed feet. That means he's so humble, taking the washed feet water, we call Charanamrita. That's what we normally say. We call Charanamrita of God. But he is not knowing that he is Mahavishnu, but he is treating him as a Brahmin boy, dwarf man, with umbrella in the shoulder, over his head, and his Mahabali is worshipping the feet of with great joy, and then sprinkling on his head, his own head, the sanctifying water with which the Lord's feet had been washed. This is the verse number 18. Now, revelation of cosmic form. Now, then, in appreciation of the absolute integrity and straightforwardness of Mahabali, in fulfilling his promise, a rain of flowers was showered on Bali, the Asura king, from heaven by a host of jubilant celestials. Devas, Gandharvas, Vidyadharas, Siddhas, Charanas. And so what a great gift is going on. So in appreciation of that, the absolute integrity of Mahabali, he was inspired to tell lie. And he has given suggestion that if you tell lie, it is not a lie. You will be saving your name, your home, your house, your wealth, your prosperity, and your kingdom. But he didn't care because he gave the word truthfulness, truthfulness, truthfulness. So, what a grand philosophy learned from them. So, asuras bad. Nah, they're body bound. Their full philosophy is body bound, but the ground of their spiritual background is so strong, truthfulness. And for he referred to the condition of the uh, other great gift giver. What is them? Shivi and Dorichi and others. Following their path, and when he did, then all the heavenly hosts, they are glorifying this wonderful moment because he's fulfilling his promise. So a rain of flowers was showered upon the head of Bali, Mahabali, who is the Asura king, and heaven, and the gods and Gandharvas and Vidyadharas, Siddhas, singers, dancers, all celestial beings, they showered their blessings upon Mahabali. What a great gift. Kettle drums and other instruments are sounded again and again. Gandharvas, Kinnaras, Kimpurushas sang, praising Bali, his greatness. Verse number 20. Even knowing that he will lose all, this great hero has accomplished the impossible task of making an offering of all the three words to his. Yeah? So all of them sang, singing, dancing the glory of Bali's character. That is the point. Sang, praising the Bali with the word, the knowing fully well will lose all his possession. This great hero has accomplished the impossible task by making an offering of all the three worlds to his enemy. That form of Vamana, which included in itself the whole of Prakriti, now expanded in a wonderful manner, revealing within it that exists the earth, sky, quarter, heaven, the 14 worlds, ocean, brute, creation, men, celestials, rishis, and everything else. Bhava. That Bhamana form, which include in itself the whole of Prakriti. In the form, the whole Prakriti is there. Now that expanded, as it were, from Bhamana's body in a wonderful manner and revealing within it, as if in the body of Bhamana, in the it all that whole world exists. What things exist in him? The earth, sky, the quarters, 4 quarters, Dasodisha, 10 quarters, heaven, 14 worlds, Mahajana Tapa, Sattva, etc., including that to the down, Bhutala, Patala, Talatala, Rasatala, etc. The ocean, brute creation, human, men, celestial, rishis, and everything else. Verse number 21. Tad Bhamanam Rupam, Rupam Bardhanat Adbhutang Hare Anantasya Gunatrayo Atmakam Bhukhang Disodur Bivara Payodhas Rishayo Jada Asat. It is in as if he expanded in everything. 22nd. In that most glorious divine form of the Lord, along with his priests and members of the sacrificial assembly, so the whole universe included in this manifestation of gunas of Prakriti, like the gross elements, indriyas, objects, mind, and the embodied being. This is also another side to see. So 22nd verse says, in that most glorious divine form of the Lord. So it is happening in front of Mahabali. The Mahabali saw that in that glorious divine form, which pervades the heavens and earths and ocean and everything, space, etc., Bali, along with his priests and the members of the sacrificial assembly. So the whole universe included in this manifestation. There is nothing outside his body of this Bhamana, we expanding Bhamana. And there are all the prakritis, all the gross elements, all the indriyas, all the objects of the minds, embodied beings. Mahabali saw in that cosmic form of the Lord, that's like Vishwarupa Darshana. Mahabali, cosmic form of the Lord. Then nether worlds in the under surfaces of his feet. So he saw at one vision all the nether worlds which is under the feet of Mahavishnu in the form of Vamana, the mountains and his ankle and his they're describing each level. They're saying that under the feet Mahabali saw that his feet, earth, and his foot, the mountains in his ankles, the birds in his knees, and the wind in his thigh. In that all comprehending form of his, Bali saw Sandhya in his garments, the Prajapatis in his genitals, the Asuras, including himself, in his hips, lips, the sky in his navel, the seven seas in his abdomen, and the stars in his chest. Oh, dear one, he saw dharma in his heart, right, cosmic order, and Satya truthfulness in his breast, the moon in his mind, the goddess of Sri, that is Lakshmi, with a play lotus in his chest, and the Vedic meters and all sounds in his neck. He saw Indra and the Devas in his arms, the quarters in his ears, the heaven in the crown of his head, in his hair, the nose, the ear, the air in his nose, the sun in his eyes, the fire in his face. He saw the Vedas in his speech of that Supreme One, the deity Varuna in his tongue, the Vedic commandments and prohibitions in his eyebrows, day and night in his eyelids, anger in his forehead, greed in his lips. He saw lust in his sense of touch, water in his semen, adharma in his back, jagna in his stride, death in his shadow, Maya in his laughter, and the plants in his hair. That hero saw rivers in his blood vessels, rocks in his nails, Brahma in his intellect, the Devas and Rishis in his senses. Thus he saw this universal form, everything moving and unmoving in the universe. What a grand Vishwarup Darshan, the cosmic vision of the Bhagavad Gita, so step by step declaration that he saw every part of the body, the whole universe in which we are living, we whole universe are all in his body only. That means there is nothing but God. All the rupas, all the forms in the form of what is unimaginable forms, so all are in his body. So cosmic form, it is called cosmic darshan. So Mahabali, with great wonderment, saw this transformation. He saw everything in the cosmic body of Vamana, and what left, nothing is there in his ear, in his every part of the body, as if one part contains this, and all air flowing, as if it is in his nose, the sun, his eyes, fire in his face, Vedas, all these speeches of Vedas, Vedic mantras, the Supreme One, the Vedas, the speech, the deity, Varuna, in his tongue, Rasha, uh, all the Vedic commandments and prohibitions in his eyebrows, etc., etc. Now, seeing this whole universe, the cosmic form of the Lord, the support of all, the Asuras felt much depressed and dispirited. Along with that form of the Lord were visible Sudarshana, the discus of irresistible might, the bows Sharanga, with its twanging sound like thunderclap, the sea-born conch Panchajanna. Now he saw as Shankha Chakra Gada Padma, Narayana form. So seeing the whole universe in the cosmic form, the whole universe in the body of the Namana, Narayana form, which is the support of not only the gods and all the created beings, asuras, they felt very much depressed. And along with that form, they saw the conch shell, the Sudarshan Chakra, Panchajanna, sea-born conch shell, the powerful mace of Vishnu called Kaumodaki, the sword called Vidyadhara in its moon-like marked scabbard, the quiver that never got empty of arrows. That is a wonderful quiver that as much as you use, it remains full all the time. Sunanda and other principal attendants of his, besides the guardian deities of the quarters, waiting upon him. Waited on by all these, there stood the Lord, shining in brilliance of his sparkling diadem, armlet, fish-marked earring, as also of the Srivatsa mark in the chest, Kaustuba jewel, superb girdle, yellow garment, fragrant flower, wreath that attracted large number of honeybees, ready to measure and take over the three worlds by his three steps. He measured the whole Bali's earth with one step. He measured the whole of Mahabali's territory, earth, with one step. He occupied the skies with his body and quarters by stretching his arms. The heaven was hardly sufficient for his second stride. For the third stride, there was nothing left of Mahabali's possession. For the second step that the Lord took extended beyond the Swarga to all the higher realms like Maharloka, Jnanaloka, Tapoloka, and reached up to the Satyaloka. There is nothing more to measure. So now Bali's gift brought him to ultimate disaster from his side, but not disaster, but an ultimate sense. But the Lord, here is the glory of Bhagavan, that everything belongs to him. See, this philosophy of Vedanta, Sarvam Khalu Idam Brahma, is here having a vision of that Mahabali. And he is seeing that everything is permeated by that cosmic consciousness. And my kingdom, I am the king of this world, I, me, all are entered into him, and there is no I at all. Then he said, both those things, he measured the whole Bali's earth with one step. And he occupied the skies, etc., by his body, and the quarter by his stretching his arms. His hand stretched, it covered all the and body, sky, etc. The heaven was hardly sufficient for his second stride. So his second stride was the heaven, but heaven was not sufficient. It is so little for him, and there was nothing left for Mahabali's position then. He has lost all the position by the two steps, one the earth covering everything, and the interspace his body, and all the heavenly abode. So for the second step, the Lord took extended beyond the Swarga. Not only second step, he was taken to beyond the heaven, to enter into the beyond Sarga, Bhurvasa, Tapo, Jana, Satta, Maha. So Maha, Loka, Jnana Loka, Tapo Loka, there are all higher planes. It has reached even up to the Satta Loka. So, covering everything, he extended, the Lord God extended all directions. So, we can end here because we will start a new chapter next day. Bali in bondage. Bali, how this, now he is losing everything. Uh, Sukadev, this we'll read it again second day. But the Brahma now saw the luster of the toenails of the Lord, whose feet has touched the Satyaloka, submerging the brilliance of the realm of his. So Brahma went forward to show honor to these feet of the Lord, accompanied by rishis, Marichi, lifelong brahmacharin like Sanandana, yogis like sages, burnt of who dart of their karma tendencies in themselves, the fire of knowledge ignited by yoga, And the devotees, with all them, by presiding deities of the Vedas, etc., the Lord of all joined, who by virtue of their devotion to the Lord has attained Brahmaloko, to which the ritualistic worship alone can elevate one. Anyhow, they will read next day to hear that the Brahma, seeing this divine form, then went to offer their salutations and respect with all the holy people with them. So what we get it is two things we learn: that truth is so important to Mahabali. He is ready, though his guru himself, he defied his guru's instruction, holding on to truth. And he lost, he knows that he is guiding, that he will lose everything. But he said, what is the use of keeping everything and losing the truth? And that is one lesson we learn. And another learn that God, Lord, the vision when it comes because of that great charity, even that pure heart, simplicity of Mahabali, knowing all risk, he gave up everything. The greatness of charity, giving any reservation, and then that can what come. He is ready to accept that, and he accepted that. What a boldness of an Asura character. So that gave him the same result of God realization. And that God pervades everywhere. He is in the sky, he is in the ocean, he is in this stars, he is in the space, he is in the light, he is in the all covering all gods, angels, and heavens and lokas, good, bad, up, heavenly to hell. Everything is covered by his his life and presence. So under his feet is the Netherlands, and upper side, all hands, stretch, everything in his body, three gunas and everything as we read. So it is very detailed. One can meditate in this way that he is the cosmic body of God. That we say that Satchidananda is the cosmic consciousness, and this play is going on it, like the ocean of consciousness, and upon that the play of the ripples and forms and waves are going on. So all this sun, moon, stars, galaxies, all this heavenly abode, everything is included, permeated in by the same divine entity. So what to say? I think that is the we end here, and we'll start next day, chapter 21. Book number 8 will start chapter 21 on page 379. So lastly, what we read, I read again, last with a few words, what I have read. That is the verse number, last verse, 30. And the quarters, the heaven was hardly sufficient for his second heaven and heavenly abodes. Third, and for the third stride, there is nothing left. There is nothing left of Bali's position. Bali has whatever, there is nothing. So there is no thing left of Mahabali's position for what to give third stride. Okay, you have given first, and second is covered by this way. Even second is not fully covered. So Bali, what will you give the third step? So for the second step, that the Lord took extended beyond this Sargo to all the higher realms like Maha, Jana, Tapo, and Satya. These are nothing more to measure. So this is the wonderful description of God vision. Mahabali got and lost all his possession, all his ego. Now he will be free from all bondage. That is the thing. Okay. One question has come. I thought Avatar comes to help humanity. In this story, it seems Devas and Asuras' problem is solved but humans are not involved. I think Mahabali was a human. Human nature become two, good nature, bad nature. It is also showing to us that we become proud of our position, we become proud of our learning, it is mine. And I say, okay, I'll be doing charity. Then you understand that you are nobody. It's God's thing you are giving to God. What is that? Hmm? What is what is that to our position? So it is human nature. We can relate this way that as who is Bali and who is Shura Asura, gods and demons. Gods and demons in us, the good nature and bad nature. But wherever dharma is the foundation of good and bad, that is the foundation. We find that in ancient time, the society was whatever you be, whatever you be, but dharma, the righteousness should be the foundation. Truthfulness, honesty, sattva, asteya, brahmacharya, aparigraha, jama, these are all our eternal values. So within that, they are misused. They use that power after getting that power and standing on foundation of morality and other things. They want to be more concentrated on the body. That's why we call them asuras. And those who are more devoted to God, God consciousness and realization of the truth, we call them the holy people. Holy, unholy people, here is the consideration, who is body bound and wants to keep position, wealth, holding on, and that is me, and be proud to enjoy the material world, that is called the asuras. And the same person, same power, even though I don't want anything. You know, these stories again and again in our Hindu scriptures everywhere. You look at the Maha Chandi, huh? Where you find that the two people, one was the king and another was the great businessman, no? And both of them are in same distressed condition. Both are human. This is human. This entire book is teaching us how to live. That then this when it is that mother appeared and mother gave the blessings. What you want? But the asura mind, not asura mind, but the mind who thinks that I shall enjoy the kingdom, he prayed for Uma, give me the kingdom back to me. Ma said, okay, you enjoy your kingdom. No? That means he is going to body bound area. Though mother appeared before the Medhas, in the Medhamoni's ashram, that Surata, Surata, the rich person. No? So, a businessman. He said, no, I don't want anything. Surat, the king, said, I will regain my kingdom. I will rule the world. So he has this body identity and he wants to enjoy the life and he has to rule the world. That is the desire. So that we call asura tendency in a language to today's reading. Or sura tendency is that businessman said, I don't want anything, mother, I got you, and give me devotion, love, so that I get merged. So I think that is the way we have to think. Avatara comes for human personality. What is the remedy if we made mistakes like plucking flowers while wearing shoes or offering flower with a small insect unknowingly? We don't have to think about that. I think that our intention is the God. So when you and normally it is the custom that we don't take flowers with the insects, but insects is there. You tried your best. If one or two goes away, you remove that when you find. I don't think about yes, good and bad anything. Do animals evolve as it is only possible for mammals and human yeah, yeah, yes, animals do evolve. Our scriptures say the animal body is a body for only for experiencing the results of our some karma, and they don't accrue any karma there because they are mind like not human mind. So they from some advanced life where they end, they move on. So they go into the higher life. Gods also evolve, yes. After enjoying, I think that as we read in the books, they go to the higher loka. How they go to higher loka? The attraction to the lower plane, you enjoyed one state of one type of experience, and when you are tired, higher and higher and higher till they reach oneness with Brahman. So they also go higher and higher. That's why it is said up to certain point you go and come back. And beyond that range, you are in a higher plane, higher plane, higher plane. You enjoy the bliss of God in different lokas and go to the one higher plane to the another higher plane to the another higher plane. And then when you lose yourself totally into that infinite, then that is the last journey of life. No? And then you are become one with the God. That is okay. Thank you all for joining. Um, God bless you. Mother bless you. We'll see you again at 7:30 in our Upanishad class. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu